finally some rain and some splashes and floods gives us more options to go and hunt. In a normal autumn we've got plenty of water out there to go and hunt, but we've had to wait a fair bit this year. It's been quite a dry autumn relatively after a wet summer, so there's finally some splashes and floods about. But it's a blessing and a curse in that although it gives you more areas to hunt, it also gives the ducks more areas to feed on. And this footage might be misleading, it's just I've taken a fair bit of footage of ducks on splashes. There's lots of floods out there, and you've got to go out there and do a bit of scouting and use a bit of field craft to work out which pieces of water the ducks are actually coming into at night. I found this big, probably about a 5 or 6 acre splash or flood, and because it's new water and new signs of ducks, then I was fairly confident that there's something coming into it the night before, so I decided to set up on this splash for an evening flight. Conditions were fairly good, well, almost perfect really. Wigeon feathers there, that's classic Wigeon feathers, and Wigeon grazing clippings here, where Wigeon have been in, grazed up clippings and dropped half of them, and they form flotsam and jetsam, very easy sign of Wigeon, a very easy sign of seeing whether Wigeon are using the flood. So we set up on this flood. Conditions were nearly perfect, nice clear sky with a horizon where you can see silhouettes, strong wind that kind of dictates the direction the ducks will be coming from. So we set up on this flood with my classic cut-off chair blind. Not quite a layout blind, but a layout seat. Cut the legs off a knackered old chair. I'm not going to build a blind or anything, I'm just going to sit near the water's edge. And Wigeon don't seem to take too much notice of you at the waterside anyway. Mallard are a bit more wary, but it's a big sheet of water. I've put quite a few acres of it, and I've put the decoys in this end as much as anything to try and push them in, to try and budge them into places where I might be able to see them against that clear sky. But a lot of water, so we need a fair bit of luck. But there is a strong wind coming from that direction, so I'm expecting them to come in this route, hopefully crossing shots into that big sheet of water there. But there is plenty of signs of Wigeon grazing the last night or two, so I'm sure something will come in. Let's see if we get a shot. It's actually quite comfortable. Having a back on the chair makes a heck of a difference. Very uncomfortable sitting without any backrest for a period of time. Quite lucky that we've got that clear sky. That might just be the difference between getting some shots and not seeing a thing. I'm expecting probably more Wigeon than anything else, and they always come last. And last but not least, they're always on the very edge of visibility and being able to see them. But with that, just a wee bit of clear sky, we might stand a chance.
Well, back at the car. It's quite wild out there. I've even left the decoys out. I'll have to come and pick all the gear up tomorrow. I was starting to get quite cold and the ducks were still coming in, so I didn't want to lurk about and keep disturbing ducks that were still coming into the water. So rather than clear off fresh ducks, I decided just to pick the ducks off the water and get out of there. So anyway, please like and subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content and films. I guess if you've made it this far into the film, you do enjoy it, so please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.